Pinkley getting the audio troubles figured out and making his way to the cage finally. We'll take it to the mental sensei for our final introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second bout of the evening is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, with a record of 1 win and 0 losses, representing Marathon MMA, by way of CSC, Chin State, Burma. Please welcome Bawi Thang. And across the ring out of the red corner, this man hails from Springfield Fight Club, representing Buffalo, Missouri, with a record of 1 win and 1 defeat. Please welcome Connor Pinkley. Again, just want to give a shout out to Verts and Right Choice Motors for making this possible.
Mikey England getting us ready for bout number 2 of the night. Here we go, there's the low kick. It was checked by Pinkley there, the first one.
Pinkley with a good 1-2 to start off the round.
And this is where I think Pinkley, he can stay long and pick his shots from the outside.
Yeah, he needs to keep his strike straight down the middle, keep it very simple.
Oh, but then he let Bawi Thang get inside right there. He throws hard.
I love that little back leg stab kick. You know, maybe it's because I've never kickboxed and I'm not an MMA fighter, but man, I think that is just one of the most effective strikes that people can throw these days.
The solid leg kick and even more solid check. That one landed. That was nice. Bawi needs to go for those leg kicks. Like you said, those low riders, that was the staple for the gyms up in KC.
Oh, big left hand over the top by Bawi Thang.
Yeah, when Pinkley throws in, gets one, he gets return fire by Bawi Thang, 2 or 3 strikes.
Great combination.
Oh!
Middle.
Oh! Good leg kick, and he's endless shots. He dropped him right there with the left. Hit him with the right, too.
A flurry coming in from Bawi Thang in the clinch. Nice reversal there by Connor Pinkley. Has the underhook, nice little shot there. Hasn't settled yet, but doing a great job chasing that far side wrist.
Yeah, a little bit of a cage grab right there by Thang.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I almost said that.
One of the greatest phrases I ever heard from an MMA coach was grabbing gloves, grabbing the cage. That's called speeding on the highway, brother.
A little Tim Elliott action.
Now this is one thing that I don't exactly understand if you're trying to avoid getting your back taken. Completely exposing your back while you bury your head into the cage. You know, we've seen it from Corey Sandhagen against Aljamain Sterling, and he just climbed up him like it was a tree. You know, but Bawi Thang doing a good job staying safe here.
Nice.
Incredible sprawl at the beginning, but great follow-up by Connor Pinkley.
And he passed into side control to negate that guillotine attempt. Like you said, Justin, just good job staying with it and ended up being on top.
Connor Pinkley doing everything perfect to stay safe. And if I'm him, I would elect to stay in this half guard here, but let's Bawi Thang up. Man, you know, he was somewhat losing the striking exchange before the grappling. I would have really held on to that half guard.
See, I'd like to see Pinkley right here double up that jab. Because if you notice, Bawi, every time there's a good a shot lands, he counters. Double up that jab with a nice, long, stiff jab, and you're going to keep him at the end of your punch and not on his.
Couple seconds left. There we go. Round 1.
Action-packed round here from the flyweights here at Synergy FC8. Man, I mean, it's hard to even say what each gentleman has to do different. You know, not much to say bad about either gentleman in that case, man. This is one of these occasions where I think MMA fights, they got to be longer than 3 rounds.
See, I would like to see, just to go off what you just said, what these guys need to do. With Pinkley, he's got to keep this fight at his range, right? Keep those long, straight punches going, and then pick a hard shot. So throw 3 or 4 punches, and then stick that last one, right? And then to go to Bawi's corner, he's got to get in there. But what he needs to do is he'll land a big shot, and he follows it up with nothing. follow that up with 2 or 3 more shots. And I know at Marathon they do fight in, they preach that volume.
Right.
Round 2.
So follow it up and wait till he falls.
So it seems to me, you know, if Bawi's leading, it's one big shot. But if he's countering, it's every shot he has in the book at that moment.
Do you give that round to Bawi? He dropped Pinkley just for a moment, but then Pinkley was able to get somewhat of a takedown.
I think it was more of a slip than a drop, but I don't know, man. This is where I would hate to be a judge.
So you see Bawi's picking up the volume a little bit. Pinkley gets pumped that jab, but he's taking a couple of leg kicks.
Yeah, a little bit more feints.
Not that pale skin, not going to do him any favors as he wears the damage a little bit easier tonight than Bawi Thang might.
Good combo by
Ooh,
Bawi.
big right hand just sneaks through for Bawi Thang.
Ooh.
Hard body kick.
Both gentlemen a little more tentative to start this round, you know. Each one doing a great job countering, but, you know, Bawi Thang adding more shots behind his flurries when he goes for the counter.
And Pinkley had some success with the ground and pound early. If he's able to get it there, I think he would like his chances right there. Good check of the leg kick by Pinkley. And both these young fighters are just so tough too. Great matchmaking.
Yeah, Chris Gregory does a great job of matching these fighters, and they're all very even. You know, it's very, you know, there's not really leaning toward one side or the other usually ever.
Yeah, one thing we tend to pride ourselves here at Synergy FC is the balanced matchmaking. You know, as we see a big right hand land over the top from Bawi Thang, opening up the action again here in round number 2.
Yeah, Pinkley smiled at him, but he's got a little cut on that eyebrow now.
Yeah, one thing we definitely pride ourselves in is, you know, not taking independent fighters for the most part, having fighters from gyms that have a reputable and a real team, and, you know, not just in here to sell wins and sell tickets.
It helps when you got great gyms like Springfield Fight Club and Marathon MMA where they can come together and throw their best at their best. It's only going to get them all better once they become pros.
Frustration right there out of Pinkley. He threw 3 or 4 punches and missed every one of them.
And you know, I think the real difference I've noticed as these rounds come on is Pinkley's movement is all straightforward. You know, he's doing a great job throwing punches and bunches when he commits, but everything is straightforward. There's not a lot of line changes and diagonal movement and cutting him off and cutting Bawi Thang off when he commits to his strikes.
Oh!
Almost ran into that knee. This round went by quick. That's another close one as well.
That was a good round.
Little bit slower action here in round number 2, but still as packed as can be. Adam, obviously we're seeing a lot of value from both gentlemen. What do you think we can improve on here as we go into round number 3?
Honestly, I think it's the same thing we've said. I think Pinkley needs to keep it at range, but he did find some success on the ground earlier. Not a lot, but he did edge it out. Maybe shoot in for a takedown and kind of change this from a slugfest to, you know, mixing it up. But as far as Bawi Thang goes, is he's got to keep that pressure up, because when he came out and was in the beginning of that second round was actually throwing, he was landing in the solid shots. Although Pinkley smiled at him, when you smile at someone, that means
that's a telltale sign, right?
I felt that one.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Both these guys, though, this is another one of those like toss-up fights. This could come down to this round right now.
And you know, and this is where sometimes like the emotion really takes over in these round 3 and these close fights, and you know someone's going to have to lose an incredible fight like this. But, you know, at the amateur ranks, you see both gentlemen perform this well, man. There's not really anything negative you can take away from this other than a loss as the other person.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. These guys are so young as amateurs. It's a very cliche saying, but you don't lose, you just learn,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So that's what being an amateur is. Like, yes, it's very important to these guys, and every fight matters. But when you turn professional, if that's your goal and that's your, what your ambition wants to do, it starts over. So these are all learning. You're like on the job learning, as they say, because you can spar all you want, you can roll all you want, you can do pad work.
Your friends don't want to hurt you.
Zach. I was friends with Zach, and he hurt me all the time. So I have to go against that.
Oh, big right hand, left combo.
Oh, nice out of Pinkley.
That one seemed to have woken Connor Pinkley up. Both gentlemen exchanging here in the pocket.
There's that takedown.
Yep.
Beautiful takedown.
Trapping the far side wrist
Yep.
right away. Incredible IQ there from Connor Pinkley to time this here as the round is under halfway now.
Good time, he still has that arm.
That's an old
Now it's
wrestling
free.
trick.
Full mount.
Into the full mount here. Cage control.
See, right here, Pinkley needs to just keep that pressure, keep that position, and then start picking out. You got enough time left in the round.
Yep.
Don't get excited. Don't get too top heavy.
And this is where strategy and gamesmanship really comes into play, right? You may be tied going into round number 3. Cooked a few seconds here, got his breath, and now he's just controlling.
Yeah. So with Pinkley with that takedown, he's keeping the dominant position in this sport right now, right? Now you see Bawi is holding. He's got to overhook on that left arm, controlling Pinkley's posture, but that doesn't really mean anything. In jiu-jitsu, that's cool. But right here, he's got to start working his way back up. Pinkley's just landing shots.
Without the bridge, he's just trapping an arm, Little cage grab there to help get himself off.
Yeah, and right here, this is where experience, you should normally turn your opponent's feet off the cage so they can't kick off and put their head against the cage, because that creates a really a really bad spot for pressure, because you can't really go out the back door. It limits what you can do.
16 seconds left. We'll see if Pinkley unleashes the tank here with some ground and pound. Put a statement on this fight.
Pinkley's fought with a great IQ tonight, and I think he's just going to do the best he can to hold his position and ride it out, and I think possibly coast himself to a victory here.
Wow. Great fight by both guys right here. That was a great fight. I believe it came down to that third round personally, and I think Pinkley might have did enough by securing that takedown in that top position.
Crucial takedown.
To really steal that fight.
Two takedowns throughout the night. Possibly stole the first round with his initial takedown, and obviously that round.
Let him hear you, Springfield.
Incredible performance from both gentlemen. There is no shortage of flyweight action here at Synergy FC. Awaiting the return of our champion, Justin Richter, coming off of ACL surgery. He's got some tough talent in front of him when he looks to return to defend his title. But tonight is about these two gentlemen in here, and we'll see who's going to be the victor.
That was a fun fight, and I like these flyweights. These smaller guys, everybody already kind of knows it. When you're one of the smaller athletes here, it's more volume, more speed, and the heavier guys are more like, that's why heavyweights, hey, one punch is all it's going to take. These guys, it takes volume.
Takes all the punches.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our second bout of the evening. Judge Bill Hagler scores 29-28 for Pinkley. Judge Ross Swanberg scores the bout 29-28 for Thang. And your final judge this evening, Jim Tess, scores the bout 29-28. Your winner out of the red corner, Connor Pinkley.
I think the judges got that one correct. I was a little worried about the split decision, but honestly, it's how you look at it. It's all perspective.
Right, I think going into round number 3, we were definitely tied on the judges' scorecards, especially on damage and volume. That had to go down to the takedown there in round number 3.
And that's the thing he can learn as an amateur, like you said, Adam. He had a lot of success with the takedown. Maybe he should have started with that, but he might have wanted to get a little bit of striking in tonight. He loves to strike. And so, but he got some learning experiences. It ends up being a dub and pays off, but he could have gone to that takedown earlier, it looks like.
Yeah, now he looks like he's trying to find a girlfriend. them cornrows.
He's gonna have 3 after tonight with the cornrows.
He might.